We have governors and we have tutors and we have teachers in order to throw us up into our Father's face to learn from him directly. We're children for a time. We're supposed to graduate into being taught directly from him because, just like in the Old Testament, the intention was that they would all come up the mountain and they would all be taught by him directly, that they would all hear his voice inside of them, not by a man who stands on a pulpit and preaches every Sunday, but by the Spirit who leads them directly to the Father's face every single moment of their life. That's the structure that's intended and is exhibited above the sun. We're about all the voices. We're about presenting a place for all voices, sovereign voices in the kingdom to have a place to speak and to exhibit what's in the heart, give them room to breathe, because we don't know all things, but together we do. We are the whole. And one missing voice means we no longer the whole. We have to have the voices, all the voices resonating so that we can have the fullness of Christ expressed. As long as we have a leadership hierarchy thing in our mind, and that construct remains as it is currently under the sun, we will always have this issue. And this is what Yeshua came to break apart. This is what was intended by the Spirit to lead us into all truth. And that's what we're trying to bring down, is this concept that we all can be oracles. We could all be voices, because that's who we're supposed to be to creation. We're struggling, mankind, to be this when we're intended to go out to all creation and speak the whole wavelength of frequencies to creation to restore it. As long as that's there, we will not do what we're intended to do as sons, because we'll be struggling and infighting about who's above who. This is James and John arguing about who's going to be the greatest in the kingdom. And you just shut them down and said, it's not up to me. This is the structure Father has set up. Every human being has the ability to be a king, a priest, an oracle, a legislator from the Father's house, because that's what we're intended to do. There's all of creation out there. There's species that are not mankind that we're intended to steward. And that's why I hunger for every man to get in the face of the Father, to learn who they are, every man and woman and child, to gain intimate relationship of a beloved son where they can speak as one. And that will only happen unless they get in their face, not from somebody else. You can't learn your relationship with your Father through another brother. They can model it for you, but you have to go get your own. And until you do that, you cannot step into the fullness of who you are. And any leader that stands between you is immature and don't understand who they are. That's a son that does not actually understand the sonship authority, because they're in the way of you going and getting your revelation. They're saying you can only hear from the Father. I know the way, so just listen to me. That's an immature son. And those guys need to take a seat, and they will, because Father will get what he wants. He is going to get what he wants. He's endured this long. He's going to go to the end of time, or whatever that looks like, until he gets what he wants. I'm stepping out of the way, and I'm going to propel people into this understanding. I'm going to propel them and push them up. Throw them up the mountain. If you don't know how to, here, learn how. This is how I did it. Figure it out yourself. But these are the tools I used. But yours might be different and better for you. But go get your FaceTime with him and learn who you're supposed to be. You bright, shining illumination.